This leader is provided to facilitate adjustment of focus. Please be aware there are spoilers contained in this video presentation.
Saturday with a shark. I think it was the 4th of July. That will sure leave a mark. Robert Shaw is certainly a tough guy. People running, people shouting. Some kid has started screaming. On the beach we do belong.
That's pretty funny.
Thank you. And I thought you would like.
When you started into the bridge, I was like, you may have overshot yourself, but then you really paid it off.
Jaws was released in 1975, directed by Steven Spielberg. It won the Oscar for Best Sound, Editing, and Music. It was nominated for Best Picture, and it won the Golden Globe for Best Score.
No matter how big the shark is, it still only lives in the water. So if you never go in the water, it's actually not a threat at all. Jaws could be the size of an aircraft carrier, but if you never go in the water, it's not really an issue. We have planes. We can fly over the ocean.
We just write it off.
Till Jaws can come up on land like kaiju, then we got a problem. But if they just stay in the water, then that's okay.
Like the Meg, if they just moved to San Francisco, they would be fine. They could even go in the Great Lakes. We're not even saying you can't sail.
We went to Universal Studios when we were kids, and we saw the Jaws ride. So every time I've seen Jaws since then, it's the fakest movie ever because I know how everything works. Yeah, Universal Studios killed movie magic for me.
Some bad hat, Harry.
Produced by David Brown.
I do what I can.
Oh, wow, Dave is a lot. Gets around back in 75 when he was a baby.
I was a baby.
He kind of looks like a baby.
My biggest memory about Jaws is that Dad let us watch it on network TV, and I woke up in the middle of the night that night and was sure that Jaws was under my bed. We talk a lot about Dad's great takes, but Mom had a great one that night. She's like, yeah, this is your doing. You go deal with it. But that was November 7th, 1979, that night happened.
How do you know the date?
Because there was Jaws played to 80 million on ABC in the New York Times.
And now, get ready for Jaws.
I realized that I have been a little harsh on Steven Spielberg because I feel like he's got the reputation of doing no wrong. And there's a lot of movies that have fallen flat for me over the years. But just this recent run of Saving Private Ryan, Jaws, and then if you take Indiana Jones into account, man, he's a great director. And he's got a lot of range, and I don't think I gave him enough credit for being able to do all that he's done. That's my apology. I know he's been waiting for it.
Sends me nasty emails all the time.
Once again, the sound design on this was so good. The silence after that first swimmer and she gets pulled under the water, it is so quiet. I pulled up Richard Dreyfuss when he first came on.
Yeah, they're all gonna die.
He is so prolific. He has been in so many amazing things and was so good in this.
That moment where Scheider is chumming the water and the first time you really get to see the shark, the editing of that and his reaction, and then you get the punch.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
That package is just so well put together.
Those ties were so wide.
The leisure suit. It was like a pink shirt with a Easter striped jacket.
Did you just... Okay, I'm going in and getting dressed today. Here we go. I'm going to grab that and this and that. You know, the coolest thing in this whole freaking movie was Robert Shaw's mutton chops. Look at these guys over here, don't ya?
That was like an epic death, too. Even when he's getting bitten in half, he's still like, I'm Robert Shaw.
And you guys are going to know who he reminds me of. And of course, that's the boating safety instructor that we had when we were in high school.
Not a single one of them had a PDF on.
PFD. Personal
Yes,
flotation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Public display of affection.
Or one of those little files you get through Adobe.
How about the guy getting chased by the pier, and then the pier comes up and just kind of, it's like, way to fake us out. But that's not how physics works.
We go home now.
We've gone through phases where the Russians were the bad guys, and drug dealers were the bad guys, and then mafia guys were the bad guys. Politicians are always great bad guys.
Fellas, let's be reasonable, huh?
If you want to blame somebody, just, it's like the politician is always at fault. Shaw's monologue.
You know the thing about a shark? He's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
You remember that was good, but he is so good.
Well, and then the mom punching Schneider.
Chief Brody?
Yes?
That's really important to the story, to put the human cost to what you're talking about.
2, that he didn't turn around and go, well, it's his fault. It's kind of not his fault. He's a problem. At the end of the day, being the sheriff, you're the guy that said the beaches can open because you didn't want to.
And the townspeople, the ones that are like, what?
Only 24 hours.
24 hours is like 3 weeks.
Well, dudes, what do you want? You can't have it both ways. Like,
Well, and you guys were there and saw the fountain of blood from the guy getting eaten.
So I'm like, it's kind of your fault too for pushing us into that. So if anyone's to blame, it's you guys.
Oh, you guys.
It's everyone but me.
I think that they totally could have been playing a ukulele along with the Spanish lady song.
We have sung the Show Me the Way to Go Home. Like, that is a fun song to do on the ukulele, especially because somebody wrote a second verse where they got out the thesaurus, and it's all the same words except synonyms. It is a mouthful. That's some bad hat, Harry. I give this for you. I mean, it's even though it scared the holy crap out of me when I was a kid, I think it was just really well put together. It's a really great presentation of like late 70s, early 80s, I just really, like, it brought back a lot of memories, not the least of which Dave going, what is the problem?
I would also give it 4 because they had so many problems with the mechanical shark. They pushed the reveal further and further back in the movie, and it changed how people did monster movies. So, I mean, it's like a little film school in and of itself.
I give it 3.5. It's a little duller than I remember, but it's still a solid movie. And it is certainly a benchmark of like movie making where it's, you're not going to, it's the 70s. You're not going to get a home run every time, but things start to become dated after a while. And much like the mayor's leisure suit, you gotta accept that. So yeah, but 3.5, it's still a good movie. I liked it.
It's over!